Good evening, everybody. It is almost 5 p.m., 1 p.m. US time, and obviously the time change wrecks my head. I imagine it's a not pleasant experience for others as well. It sort of ruins a lot of our usual TODs and trading sessions anyway. But here we are. I am recording, and there are only a few of you have made it so far. I can't say I blame you because UK wise we're an hour early, US wise we're bang on time. So it is what it is. I see UK members in anyway. That'll do. Now I have some notes prepared, obviously, and as you can see, I've got simply the what do you call the red light, green light on screen. As this session will be made available to all on a sort of public basis, I won't be showing anything of our better strategies. Hi David, good to see you on. I think some of you might like this. I'm particularly looking to see if any of the other Liverpool people are on, because always they get a laugh out of my humour. They get it, you see, obviously from the same place. Anyway, I'll dive in. Humour first, ideally anyway, in the form of yet one more song added to the Leon Chamberlain collection, for which we await recordings, seeking a simple karaoke version to all but the first, if you are listening in, Mr. Chamberlain. In the same way Lennon and McCartney is a thing, Leon Chamberlain, it's a thing. So a Shantyman edit. That's what I've done, and just so everybody knows, I'll drag this Word document in. I have sort of messed with the words for many songs. Sting sang this one, and Brian has recorded it, and it is very good. But remember, this is all about trading, and then I edited Ed Sheeran's My Bad Habits Lead to You, something your bad habits lead to me, and every time you look at charts I know you can't say no, blah blah blah. My singing's rubbish, so we won't worry about that. But all of those words were sort of edited to suit trading. Further down still, George Ezra, Blame It On Me, and yes, why not? I think no, I'm still to edit that one. So there you go. The main song is there. I've got to edit that one. Break My Stride. That one is done. You know, last night I had a strange idea. I thought I'd try to guide you online with a chart to show you, and you said you had to do it your own way. Didn't want no one to scold you, and so on, so on. That's all about trading. You know, never let another chart like that work you over. Never let another chart like that drag you under. My singing is horrendous, isn't it? So here's the latest one. Anyway, for those of you who know who is Nathan Evans and the song Shantyman. Modern life offers mighty funny rules, and away get away you factory man. Ain't seen a job advert for many of a year, and they got no use for a factory man. Slick new titles are all the style, and away get away you factory man. All very clever, but it just ain't right. They got no use for a rat race man. Rat race man, oh factory man, who's got a job for a factory man? Sing you a song of a world gone wrong, and they got no use for a factory man. And it goes on. Obviously, we need someone to sing it who is an awful lot better, or an awful, just awful singer like me. Anyway, so that's there ready for Brian. Whenever you're ready, mate, you have a go at that one. Now, something more on topic. Here we are. I wrote those, Claude, and I thought it was funny, that's all. And it does, it goes to mindset, so it's a good thing. Something you can put in the back of your mind while you're trading. Something about strategies this week in an unusual way. I hope so anyway. Now, when you buy a washing machine, does it cross your worried mind that water could be pumped in quicker than it is, speeding up the process of laundry a little? Or that the spin function could maybe be turbocharged in some way? No? Well, what about your lawnmower? Have you ever thought of chrome plating the blades or fitting a supercharger to the two-stroke engine? Have you felt the need to fit undercarriage running lights or a spoiler on it, perhaps? Of course not. And rightly so. There are very good reasons why you leave your household items alone, because you know that they've been designed by someone with enough experience to be as good as possible for the job. And that if you start tinkering at all, you're possibly going to make them worse before any sign of an improvement. I think then that your toasted sandwich maker is exactly as it was when you bought it. Sound fair? Possibly still in the box. Who can tell? Why, then, do we insist, unless we are, of course, super experienced, on tinkering or editing the strategies we have created for our groups here? Big question that, isn't it? I'm going to leave it silent for a moment. Still further, why then do you think I should have any sensible idea whatsoever on the tweaks or the changes you've made to a strategy, or worse yet, built from scratch without any back testing? Worse yet, without any forethought? Yes, there are those in the mix here who do that, and I must add, usually it is those who dabble a while, then drop out of sight. I think when you listen to this, you'll know I'm talking about you. They may come back with something incredible and drop out again after, yes, you guessed it, dabbling some more. Strategies are a bit like medicine. They're extractions of the best parts of a plant or a fungus, put through rigorous testing and peer review, questioned beyond doubt, then tried and tested. Lots. Anything else belongs in your garage or your shed, locked and kept under lock and key, lest you too become guilty of dabbling. I developed initially the double cross sometime during or between 2007 and 2009 with tweaks, and I spent a long time down the rabbit hole there on development. If you view my latest strategies, I'm very able to stand over my view that all variations and tweaks on what was born as the double cross, one cross at the top, up here, one cross at the bottom, down there, that's it, the double cross. One at the bottom, one at the top, confirming your high probability and low risk entry signal. Oh yes, and of course agreed, some offer cleaner signals, some offer fantastic trailing stop management, some offer the best of support and resistance. And equally, yes, of course, there is always going to be the launch of the latest and greatest game changer. I suspect we could tweak the alarms function to imitate anything that becomes available in the TS, PT, ETC areas of our competitors and imitators. And Claude says, I just don't feel that need. I'm sure you don't, but humour, Claude, I need. We all need humour and a break from reality at some stage. I messaged in the group time changes for future schedule just till pretty much the end of March. I have a funeral to go to on the 25th, and then we're travelling, and obviously not alone, we'll be bringing some family with, and it does mess up my schedule. It is what it is. So yeah, Claude, at the moment I need a bit of humour. Apologies there. Now, we looked at we looked at some fib drawings last week, and a little refresher of a technical side would probably be no harm here. Some value added to the session here then, with a bit of chart art. What I'm going to do is go zigzaggy line, remove all indicators, and I'm going to show you what we use our fibs for and how we use them. we always need a run of at least 3 of the same colour. We can clearly see we're in an uptrend here, and there, notwithstanding that we can already see the move, I'll take my drawing tool, I'll select the fib retracements mine is, and I run from the bottom of the first in the run of colour. Now if there was a wick there, I'd be running from the low wick. If by chance the next bar was lower than this one, I still run it from the first in the run of colour. I run it to the top, including the wick, of the first retracement bar. And then what we're looking for is, where does price retrace to, and where does it go? And you can usually see that there are solid interactions around, you see all the closes and the opens around our lines of interest. That's one of the major things we're looking for there. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to scroll back and find, because there will be one, I'm hopeful to find somewhere where there is an example, and there's one. You see this bar, he's higher than that one, but in this way of drawing an intraday fib, we take it from the first in the run of colour. That's him, regardless that he's lower. And we run it to the first retracement. Now we'd be looking for continuations. There are no continuations here. We breach the 61.8. It kills the fib. Now, the clever amongst us, the ones who've been using fib for a long time, would know, well, that means it's going to go down because we broke the 61.8. But where to? I have no fib. Well, the beauty of drawing a fib like this is we can now draw the evil twin, and the evil twin goes from where we drew it to and to where we drew it from. And because we don't have 3 reds and a green, see, 1 red, 2 greens, 2 reds, 2 greens, nothing, we still have a breach of a 38.2, test at a 50, and closes below the 38.2 to allow moves to the first, second, and you can see how beautifully that line is tested, and third target zones here. Obviously, once we do get a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, in this case reds, we can then move that fib, and we should always remember that fibs are secondary to the indicators that we're using. So the indicators would be telling us what we are allowed to do, and the fib simply gives us a high probability idea of where price is going, and when we see some level of resistance and struggle, we can check the divergence and we can look for reasons why this price action may not continue. You can see we've gone from the very beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the run of colour, the first retracement bar, bottom to the top of the first retracement, a rejection of the 50% line, a break above the 38.2, a confirmation by breaking out of an inside bar, and then first, second, third, fourth, haven't quite reached the 5th target, and I would wager there is an element of divergence here, which we can prove by adding a MACD. Let's just see if it's given us a standard, or a who is it given us. What are you? Are you the standard? You are indeed the standard. Well, that's rather excellent. And we can see there a higher high over a lower high, divergence, and the rejection of a line that would otherwise not be there. As at now, your tolerance becomes the line below, be it an indicator or in this case the 123.6 of a fib. You would close the trade here, and you would of course close it profitably. Even if you entered at this 570, you would be out there at 636, let's call it 635, and that would be 65 pips on this Dow 1 minute chart. Always the fibs need 3 in a run of colour and then a retracement colour. Whilst the bar is forming, let me just delete him and go to the end of the chart. Whilst the bar is forming, here we got 3 reds and a green. This bar still has life. It's just died and red. I was hoping to show you that while he's still green, we could draw that fib from the first in the run of colour, regardless that he's lower here, 2 there, whilst this bar is still forming, so long as he remains green. And we could leave him there, knowing that we now have an identified 61.8, our end of trade area, and then target levels as well. Obviously he closed while we were looking at him, but had he not, you would have seen me draw that one, and we would have these lines in place then. It's a 1 minute chart, so the chart does not have to give you a confirmed dead bar, as in a closed bar, to offer up the fib there. We can always, once we've got a run of colour, add our fib tool and use it every time we have the run of colour. There you can see, yeah, the indicators may well have got you into a long here. We've rejected a line, we come back, worry, concern, out, and that's it, and you're out. Once we go below the red line, you're out. The indicators probably would have got you out sooner. Notwithstanding that, the Fibonacci tool was there, is there, and is always available to give you the targets of where price is, might go. You see, let's go, is, or might go. There's a rejection of the 61.8 and a breach and continuation. Now people will say, oh, but we nearly broke here. We did. And there then is a W, and it's a rather pretty W, because C is higher than A. You have X, A, B, C, W, and the C to D leg of that W is indeed somewhat pretty indeed. You all know by now, you've been joining on my live sessions for I don't know how long, that I use a combination of indicators, yes, price action, yes, and patterns all together, and it helps me absolutely bucket loads to be able to see all three together. It's it's like listening to an argument from someone and having an expert confirm the argument, and then looking it up in a dictionary to confirm still further that the argument is correct and all checks and balances comply. It's very, very, very well worth having the fib tool available. I'm happy that we've clobbered all we needed to there. I'm going to quickly check. Is the lady who was struggling with MT4, are you on by chance? I don't see your name, but it doesn't mean you're logged in, as there are some names on there that are outlandish. No? Okay, never mind then. We'll do it in a one-to-one in the week or something. I was going to offer that I'd end the recording and run through. Oh, you are here? Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll end the recording, and if you'd like to, we can install the indicators and stuff for you. Would you like that? Cool. All right, I'm going to stop the recording then. I'll get it uploaded later. I'll wish everybody a good, pleasant day and ask them all, please trade safe, and I'll see you on the next live session, and end.